Mel Martinez, and I'm going to pitch Spider-Man Welcome Home. Peter Parker's Spider-Man is famous now and contacted by Pepper. She tells Peter about a secret school for the gifted that Pepper and Tony made for Young Avengers. His friends MJ and Ned want to check out the school and go with him. As he is going there, he meets Firestar, who Peter likes. Peter is feeling welcome with the Avengers, but not all as it appears. Due to the Sokovia, they have to work for the government. So basically, that was just some of it. And then that would lead into Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which would be Peter Parker Spider-Man becomes a trio of heroes. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Iceman, and Firestar join forces to fight crime. This becomes a new show on Disney Plus. So let's go back to Spider-Man Welcome Home. As Spider-Man ends Mysterio, and you can see all the great footage that other people can do, I'm just here to kind of talk it out. Peter Parker is famous, so we could handle this, a quick montage of music, a quick song montage, kind of how they do it, showing how his life has changed, how he has become he's become the biggest thing in New York, and the governor, and everybody wants to meet him. And as we see that, it becomes a little too much for him. But Tony Stark, who when he was killed in Endgame, he was always thinking about Peter, so he always thought back when Homecoming came out, what if he comes out as an Avenger? What are we going to do? So him and Pepper decided to do the Young Avengers Academy, meaning that they would hire people to work with Young Avengers just in case the old Avengers couldn't do stuff. They wanted the Young Avengers. So the Young Avengers, the Avengers Academy, is where Iron Man died. It's on the Avengers headquarter battleground, and there's a shrine to him, to Tony, and he goes there, and yeah, he joins up with the Young Avengers, and it's not a Young Avenger movie, it's them working at the Academy. And Firestar, who my choice is Nicole Kidman, would be a physics teacher. She does play Angelica Jones, and yes, it connects to mutants and all that stuff, but it's a different. As we get to it, it's like Mysterio. We get to it in a different way. And Iceman is rarely in it. He's going to be included towards the end. And Firestar is basically, uh, Pepper and her don't really like each other. They're like fire and ice, as they say. That Pepper is kind of the cool one, and she's kind of the pain in the ass. And Nicole Kidman's brilliant in physics, and she teaches Peter, and she's teaching the Young Avengers, and there's a group of them where we have to pick, and they go in, and yes, MJ and Ned get to join. And I don't know if Miss Marvel will be there, Kamala Khan, but students try to come in, and it has to be a specific class, so he specifically gets a class. And meanwhile, while this is happening, the villains of these movies will be the ones who want to not work for the Sokovia Accords, not sign up, not run missions with their powers, and not be Avengers. They kind of just want to be famous the way basketball players are. They want to just go out and make movies, get sponsorships, make money, live in big houses, drive fast cars. So they kind of don't realize that, like, when Spider-Man was being contacted in Far From Home by Nick Fury actually even says, I don't think that Spider-Man's ready. He's still too young. We just needed him last time because Captain Marvel was off and everybody was off. And Firestar is actually working on she was working on Stark Enterprises, a weapon known as Firestar, which is basically, if you've seen Die Another Day, it's basically what the villain of that movie was coming up with, a fire blasting satellite that can decimate cities and cause fire and ruin and blow things up and absorb energy and destroy things. So it's like a Die Another Day, and Firestar can start it, and she has powers, and she runs it. And Sokovia Accords means Thunderbolt, and a new council is formed, and they have fun. Basically Peter and his academy has fun. It's like a Harry Potter. It's like a Harry Potter going to Avenger Academy. There's maybe 12 or 13 kids in total, less. There's about 100 kids in the school, but the very special ones are Spider-Man and the ones that we'll pick from the Young Avengers. And yeah, in the end, it goes that Firestar ended up kind of getting used against to fight Spider-Man. I haven't really picked a clear villain. It could be Electro, it could be Craven, it could be Scorpion, maybe Vulture again, someone in the military. Uh, but yeah, it's cool to see Spider-Man welcome home, and it would be that he's MJ and him are girlfriend and boyfriend. Then there's another MJ, another Mary Jane Watson, who would be Madeline Petch, and there'd be MJ, and she's trying to get a MJ. Michelle is trying to get a makeover and get into modeling, and Mary Jane is there, and they because of the fame and clout, she gets to do it, and it's a back and forth. And Ned is falling in love with the Nicole Kidman. He's the best friend, and he's talking about how hot the teacher is, and he loves her. He calls her Angel, and like I said, they all work together in the Avenger Academy. They're the Young Avengers, but they're just not ready, so they're just using them for missions the way that they used the Avengers on Sokovia when they went after the Hydra, and they're going after specific people, and they have to work together. And Spider-Man is really good at what he does, though. He's really good at it, and they're really good. And but they're doing bad things. People are getting hurt. Firestar's coming in. It's a weapon that's able to kill Thor. It's a weapon that's able to kill the Avengers. Hulk, all of them should Earth's mightiest heroes fail. So yeah, and we see Spider-Man go against that, and it's like, yeah, it would be as if it's kind of like as if, you know, Firestar Nicole Kidman is a Mysterio. She kind of is his friend, but she is his friend. Then later she gets cancer, and during it they do talk about the death of Black Panther. They do. It's like a tweet, a viral thing that Black Panther died. They go to his funeral, and Spider-Man really has to understand what he's going to do, and this would be the last movie before a Disney show, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, where they'd have Iceman, Firestar, and Spider-Man at Avengers Academy, and the three of them worked simple together, and they're not an Avengers Academy, and then Young Avengers and Avenger Academy would be a show, and maybe Captain Marvel 2 would bring in Miss Marvel before her own show. They'd work together. So cool. And for future movies, there's we've seen some great titles: Spider-Man Homesick, in which he gets infected with symbiote Venom, Norman Osborn; No Place Like Home, again with Green Goblin; Spider-Man Across the Universe, which could be him with Silver Surfer going to Galactus, or the Spider-Verse; Bring It On Home, which could be with the Lizard, Craven, Electro, making a clone of Tony Stark and Thor. So there we go. We got a lot of stuff. Let's see it. So we know the movies, and I want to make one, two. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five other Spider-Man movies with other Spider-Man, either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. When they do the Spider-Verse and connect them, we'll spin it off as the Amazing Spider-Man. While they're doing the TV series Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and he's doing Uncharted, and Tom Holland's doing Uncharted. But yeah, Nicole Kidman's great. I know she's older, but she's perfect because she comes off as another kind of Quentin Pepper meets Tony kind of teacher. And Pepper is in the movie. She ends up getting in a rescue costume to help them when Firestar goes bad. But then Firestar goes bad, then she gets locked up, and she realizes she has cancer, and it ends. The post credit sequence is Daredevil saying that he could help her with her cancer. Someone came to help her with her cancer. Daredevil. Cool.